And now the 22 News Storm Team forecast.
And time now is 4:49. We're taking a live look out in Chicopee for now. You can see we've got a pretty nice, good-looking condition out there. No fog or anything to worry about. Clear visibility, but we are going to bring in some rain as we go through late this morning and into the afternoon. So as you head out the door this morning, I would keep the umbrella, keep the rain jacket nearby, and of course, speaking of jackets, it's going to be a little chilly as well. We're going to be in the 60s as we go towards this afternoon. Westfield for now looks fine. The flags are not even moving there. Light breeze mostly out of the east. Winds are going to be staying mostly calm and light out of the east pretty much all day. Temperature for now 60 degrees in Northampton. We're 60 in Springfield, 50s to near 60 back in the Berkshires as we go throughout the rest of the day here. 22 Storm Team Daycast staying cloudy all day long. There will really not be any sun that comes out today. We're going to be dealing with a nice steady rain through much of the afternoon, especially. And look at these temperatures, high only in the mid 60s for this afternoon. 64 to 68 looks to be around the high temperature for today. Some spots back in the Berkshires could only be staying in the low 60s. So steady rain is likely. That is the top of the 22 Storm Team forecast focus. Temperatures are going to be back to around 80 degrees by Friday. So this cool down is not going to be very long-lived. We'll be back into the 80s where we should be this time of year by the end of the week. Good news is, though, I don't really see any humidity anytime soon. And we are starting to get into that time of the year now that humidity becomes kind of a less factor in what we talk about in our weather. So either way, it does get a little warmer by the end of the week. Right now, the weekend looks nice for Saturday, maybe a shower or two on Sunday, but I'd say the majority overall this weekend looks fine. And if you do have any outdoor plans this weekend, go ahead and do them. ESP Live Doppler radar, you can see scanning mostly dry. There's a couple sprinkles in a few spots, but taking a wider view on clouds and radar, we got a steady rain off to our west. You can see all the darker greens, some yellows, and even some oranges popping up there in central New York. That is indicating some of that steady rain, and that'll be our weather as we go through late this morning and into the afternoon. Early this morning, some scattered sprinkles and some light showers, but notice as we go towards around noon, 12 o'clock here, the rain becomes a little bit more widespread. We'll likely hold on to some steady showers, maybe even a couple quick downpours possible as we go throughout the afternoon into the evening, and then eventually as we go into the overnight. 10 o'clock here, still holding on to some showers, but after midnight, the rain moves on out and will dry up and stay nice and dry through the end of the week. In terms of how much rain we see, it really depends on where you are. Some spots could get upwards of around a half inch or a little more, others a little less. I'd say majority of us will probably be around a half inch of rain. Some spots could be, again, a little more, especially back in the Berkshires. Some of the higher terrain could squeeze out a little bit more, maybe up to an inch. But I'd say about a half inch would be a good bet for mostly everyone today, which, you know, is really well needed rain, and it'll definitely help out the grass and the trees and the shrubs that are really dry right now. Hurricane Aaron's a Category 2 hurricane, winds of 100 miles per hour, going to continue to move out to the north and northeast here over the coming days, and it'll be far out in the Atlantic by the end of the week. But as I have been mentioning all week, if you do plan on going to some of the local beaches, Cape Cod, Long Island, New Hampshire, Maine, be prepared that you'll be dealing with some strong rip currents and also some big waves with that hurricane out in the ocean. So 64 to 68, cloudy, on and off rain through much of the day. Heading through tonight, we'll fall back into the 50s. Scattered showers continue for the rest of the 22 Storm Team 7-day forecast. Sun and cloud mix out there tomorrow. Temperatures back in the low 70s. We're in the 80s again by Friday and Saturday. Looks really nice by the end of the week. And then going into the Sunday, Monday, maybe the chance for a few showers. Temperatures stay mostly in the 70s into early next week. Want to check out our latest forecast? You could do so by getting the free 22 News mobile app.